You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
I look good. I got big energy every day. Let's go!
And he is dicked.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That's right.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Good morning. Good morning.
You slept the whole night through.
So we say good morning.
Good morning
To you.
Come on, Kyle.
Guys, you know I don't get involved in the singing stuff. That's your
Welcome
thing.
back. Welcome back, folks, to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wool Dog, sitting with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggan.
I'm so excited for this game. Let's get this Charger train rolling.
It feels like it's been
Choo,
so long.
Choo.
Choo
And
choo, motherfucker. Choo, choo.
Let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy. All right, folks, it's an early morning for us here at the Charger Chat. We are still rubbing the sleepies out of our eyes, but it is not going to stop us from doing a podcast here.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I can
Can't
talk
stop,
about
won't
Chargers
stop.
anytime. I probably do it in my sleep sometimes if you ask my
I
wife.
talk about it's like Forrest Gump. I even play ping pong in my sleep.
In my
Even talk
sleep.
Chargers in my sleep.
All right. Well, there's plenty to talk about here, folks. Anybody who's kept an eye on YouTube has seen that they have just dropped a gem in our laps. You thought All In was it? Nope. Sorry, folks. All In is not it. We have now Takeout. Who saw that coming? With Chase Daniel. The very first episode is with the quote-unquote Brisket Boys, Justin
He
Herbert
dubbed him that.
and
Yeah.
Gabe Neighbors. Yes, he was really pushing for a merch lineup of T-shirts and swag and bobbleheads and everything.
They better do it quick before somebody else in our community does.
We'll have to
Better
see.
get moving.
See if brisketboys.com is taken, but he was asking these guys questions, and he was talking to Gabe Neighbors on how the Victory Brisket got started, and Gabe said it all started when Justin got a Traeger and a whole bunch of meat. He got really good at cooking, and then after one of the games cooked a brisket and said, "This isn't just any brisket, it's a Victory Brisket." And it all went from there, and it kind of took off.
What
So-
a stupid thing that just really wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever anywhere
No.
else. It's just like it was
No.
probably our first win back after a long stretch of not winning. And Jay Herbo, he dubbed it, and that's what it is.
He just I remember him posting it on one of his social media pages.
Mhm.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's gonna blow up. And all the best things that blow up like that are the dumbest, stupid little didn't think
Totally.
about it. You weren't planning
simple
for
things.
it to
Yeah,
blow
nothing,
up.
nothing major. Wasn't pushing for it to be an explosive
No.
social media anything.
No.
But yeah, I want to say it was Instagram because Justin
Yeah.
didn't really have any social media presence coming into the Charger organization, and so after having such a successful rookie season, it was just like, okay, clearly got to get on this social media business, and
Yeah.
yeah,
He's good though, because he only posts every once in a while. It's not like this constant flow. So
It's
I get
an
an alert. I'm
exciting
like,
nugget,
Justin
yeah.
Herbert
It is.
posted something. I'm like, all right, let's go. What are we doing? Let's go. Let's
you
go
have
find
my
out.
full undivided attention. Yes,
Undivided.
And then also on the Takeout episode, a perfect night in the Herbert Neighbors household apparently is a 3-course meal and ice cream night, said Neighbors. Justin followed up with throw like the most random things in a blender. It was always milkshakes. We would find whatever, cookies, Kit Kats, Twix, whatever.
Don't forget the protein.
And apparently,
The protein fairy
Gabe-
sprinkled.
Justin might not have known. Yeah.
He was just leveling up without knowing.
Yeah, Justin didn't know. Gabe,
Yeah,
he
what
probably
you-
walked in the other room and Gabe just tossed like 5 scoops in there really fast.
Gonna make you strong, big boy.
Yeah.
Well, I threw in some cookies, some Twix, protein, it just whatever was around. So yeah, so apparently it's a good time at the Herbert Neighbors household. I don't know that they're roommates anymore though. The way that he
No.
worded it made
Yeah,
it sound
it
like they're not
sounded like
together.
they've grown up and moved.
They've grown
they
apart.
moved away. Yeah.
Yeah, and now Herbo's got I don't know if you saw his backyard. It looks pretty sweet. Like it looks like he's got a pretty damn fine house.
Yeah, they're
so
not
good for
sharing an
him.
apartment or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
There's no
slumming
townhouse sharing anymore. Well,
But the one thing that
last
was
year,
cool.
Go ahead.
No, the one thing that was cool was the Chase Daniels. Like you don't really get to see him very much. He was really funny. Like his camaraderie with him and Justin was like, okay, that's probably going to be a pretty fun, cool quarterback room.
Well, you have to have that to be a backup. You know, you have to be a backup quarterback in the NFL. I feel like you have to have a little bit of that. Like you're going to build a team. You're going to make it a fun place to work. Because we don't care how good you are. You never really play unless we're screwed anyway. So you might as well be a cool guy that can help build up the locker room. So that was really cool. I also loved when they talked about the movie quotes and stuff. And they were kind of quizzing him. And Justin said his favorite movie was Interstellar and then didn't know the line to Interstellar. I was like, oh, man, that's not a good look, Justin.
It was funny because as soon as they were like, oh, they're movie buffs, I'm like, oh, they're movie buffs, really? And then you're hearing like all their picks, like, oh, really? Christopher
And
Nolan.
then you're reminded that they're in their early 20s.
Oh, God. Trying to pick all the different pieces of technology and Saved by the Bell. And it was just like, oh, God.
It made me feel like that was fun for everyone
So
else, but I
old.
felt old as shit when I watched that last part.
So it's awesome, folks. Go check it out. Takeout. It is on YouTube. And big news here, folks. Big news. We were talking about it previous episode.
This was the next morning after we recorded. It
really was.
Yeah.
Well, it happened so quickly because the next day, first there were tweets that Chargers were, working out kicker Dustin Hopkins and who was the other kicker? Something Fry, Elliott Fry, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay. As we mentioned, all options are on the table. Kickers are, they're bringing them in, checking them out. But then like an hour later was just like, okay, we signed this guy. We signed Dustin Hopkins from the Washington football team.
You know how we have Ninja Tommy? Now we have Sensei Staley because he threw us all off. Oh, we have confidence. We have
Staley, Kyle.
Sensei Staley.
I think we just found a commercial.
Beauty.
We have
well
so
done.
much confidence in Vizcaino. Next day, boom, this happens. Tommy T is rubbing off on him, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Sensei Staley.
Really pulled the wool over our eyes as he was saying that, we've got nothing but confidence in Tristan and we feel like there's plenty to work with. And then just immediately the next day, out the door goes Vizcaino, and in comes Dustin Hopkins, who was an 8-year NFL veteran. Hopkins played in 93 games with the Washington football team from 2015 to 2021. And he left Washington as the franchise all-time leader in field goal percentage, which is 84, and made field goals of 50-plus yards, 13.
So what? Why did they cut it? I don't
understand that either. Like
he missed. He had one game where I guess he missed 2 extra points, and then that was really. He really pissed off Ron Rivera, and it's just fascinating because we went on at the beginning of the season. I went on the Washington football podcast, and I started messaging with those guys because that was their kicker,
right?
And they were complaining and bitching about him like on Twitter, and I was like, but I don't understand. Like what they were bitching about was like they were pissed that he wasn't elite. That's what they want. That's what they were like mad that he would like miss and like very rarely miss a kick or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you don't know who you're talking to. We just missed 5 extra points in 6 games.
Elite. I'll take mediocre.
Right.
I'll take run of the
average at best.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, the Washington football team is not losing games because of their kicker. Let's just get that out of the way.
Good.
There's a lot of other things that you need to address other than cutting Dustin Hopkins. But thank you.
Yeah.
And he had a game. He had a game winner this season for them too. Like he had a walk off. So maybe it's just I don't know. I do not understand. This is one of those opportunities where people make crazy decisions. Maybe it was money. Maybe they could get their kicker in, the other kicker in for cheaper. I don't know what it is, but we obviously took advantage of that.
Well, thank God, that we did. That I mean. That is crazy that they would immediately just drop him and go with the Blewett guy. First of all, I mean,
His name is
Can't.
Blewett.
the name is Blewett.
You got to legally change your name if you're going to be a kicker. in the
Second of
NFL.
all, I can't recall. Is he a rookie? Was he?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Never heard of a kicker named Blewett before, so
Well, he's about to make history in Washington. So congratulations, Washington, on your new kicker, and congrats to us on
our
our
new kicker.
veteran
On your slot.
kicker.
I'll take
8
that
year.
floppy second.
Absolutely.
all day.
All day long. Yeah, we need to shout out Eric, aka Growler20, for making the prediction a week before it happened. Congrats to you, Eric, for predicting
it-
the Dustin
absolutely,
Hopkins
yeah.
pickup.
I had to put that in there because he was like, dude, you got to give me a shout out. I fucking called that. I'm like, yeah, okay. You got
fine.
it, Eric. We got you, Growler 20.
All
No,
right.
but I wanted to go through like the percentages. So I think this is important. Like,
Do
I don't
it.
remember what you guys were like in high school, but I was a 70% student at best. You know what I mean? 70%. I was just real. So let's just look through these percentages.
Sure.
With Dustin Hopkins. Extra points. He's kicked 190. He's made 179. He has a 94% on extra points,
Love it.
100% on field goals, 0 to 19 yards. He has 92% between 20 and 29,
One miss.
92% 30 to 39, 80 40 to 49, and 51 50 plus.
He's
So
making them.
he's an A. That's an A student. I'm just saying. I'm gonna get excited about this guy. So let's go.
Big time. No, it's a lot to be excited about for kicker, and hopefully everything just works according to plan in installing him into our system. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see him. That's two guys on special teams that we're going to see in their premier game against the Patriots. So I'm looking forward to it that much more. And then there was a press conference. We've had multiple press conferences, but in this most recent one, Staley was talking about them making the change at kicker. And he said, yeah, we had the opportunity to bring in Dustin in for a workout and Elliott Fry from Atlanta. And I think to get a kicker of his caliber with his experience and production, we wanted to investigate that he was just let go by them. Wanted to make sure we explored that possibility and see him kick live and compare him to Tristan. Justin felt like with his experience, productivity, it felt like this was a good time for us and for him. And at the same time, we still believe in Tristan Vizcaino and want to try to keep him on this team. We still believe in him as a player and will continue to coach him. But we feel like where we are at this season, Dustin will give us a lift, and it will also give us time to continue to develop and coach Tristan. So interesting that they're planning on trying to hold on to Tristan. I mean, I can't imagine any team is going to pick up Tristan for kicking. So
How many practice squad positions do they usually kickers take up? Like that's he said that he wants to bring him on the practice squad, but I'm not fully sure why. Like I love what Staley's doing and wants to develop and keep him going, but it's kind of an odd little twist at the end there. But I'm glad that they brought him in, saw him kick, and we're like, all right, well, we got to go with this experience. We got to go with this guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, is Tristan Vizcaino going to be in super high demand on the free open market? Like, no one. I mean, what was his percent? He had one season in the NFL, and this is what he's done. It's not like a team is going to have a kicker struggling. Like, oh, let's go get that Vizcaino guy.
Right.
It's like let him
Let's get those 1 to 6 field goals.
stay in contact with Vizcaino. That's fine. Let him go to wherever he's going to go train and keep an eye on him. Maybe go check in on him, have him send you tape, whatever. But there's no need to take up a practice squad spot. And I don't think for a Vizcaino.
I can't imagine either. Yeah, the especially with Washington letting Hopkins go because he wasn't quote unquote elite. Apparently, every other team is just like, oh, he's not making 99% of his kicks. Well, fuck him. Get him out. Take him to the curb. I'm done with his ass. Give me
Stomp
give me
this
something
one
new.
out.
Something new,
Yeah.
please. Wow. Apparently, every other team is just spoiled, and we've just been dealing with bad kickers.
Here's the deal. We're spoiled at quarterback. They're all spoiled at kicker. You can
Fair
have our
enough.
kickers. We'll
Fair
keep our
enough.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, we'll take it. And then also in the press conference, they talked to new punt returner, kick returner specialist Andre Roberts on why he's been successful in the past. And he said, I guess be a little crazy, run hard, run fast. And sometimes, you're going to take a shot, get lit up a little bit. But understand that's just part of the game and trust your teammates. Punt return is about the guys in front, especially the guys on the outside blocking the gunners. If they can get those guys stopped, you have a lot more time, and it's your job to make everybody else miss. As a kick returner, you just want to hit it downhill fast and trust your blocks. Sometimes when the blocks aren't there, you might get hit, but you might make someone miss just because you are running hard and trying to hit that hole.
Love it. That's
Beauty.
the mindset, right?
Beautiful.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, wow. I mean, who
It's
knew
just
it was
like,
that simple?
Hit me, light me up. I might
Yeah.
score a touchdown. I don't care. You need that fearless, reckless kind of abandon as for a return guy.
Aggressive, not reckless. Aggressive.
Aggressive. Thank you. Strike that. Reverse it.
Strike it, reverse it. And then also talk to Austin Ekeler in regards to the running back room. And Austin said, it's been a good balance so far. We've been rotating a lot of guys trying to get someone to step up and spark that number 2 role. We are turning over a bunch of guys right now, and they are all competing. It's making it really hard on coach to say, who do we want this week? It comes down to special teams. It's great to have a room where we are still constantly competing. I'm definitely ready for someone to step up. Wow.
That was like not shots fired, but like
It's just
accountability.
setting a fire.
It sounds like a coach, which is cool. He's being a leader. Like, guys, somebody step up. I'm the number 1. We all know that.
Yeah.
We all
Somebody
know
else step up and take the number 2.
Right. Yeah.
But how hard is it? How hard is it for if they're making these backup guys? The reason why they're starting that week is because of special teams, but they also want a running back. How hard is it to get into rhythm if you're getting replaced or not being utilized? Like, you go in for 3 snaps, like how much can you really show in those 3 to 5 snaps?
it's a fair point.
Somebody needs to show enough to keep the job.
Right.
So let me propose this. If out of the 3, Justin Jackson, Roundtree, and Kelly, who is yours if you pick one right now? Not looking at special teams. Same.
Roundtree.
Yeah,
Same.
I would say Roundtree. I mean, at the very least, he's the youngest talent on the team and has shown, I think, the most promise amongst them. Justin, has been on the team long enough and has had his opportunity to show if he could be number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had those moments, but it just hasn't been consistently, the
Well,
reliable number 2.
Yeah, and if the idea is to stop this revolving door at number 2, he's not the answer because he's going to get hurt.
He is a revolving door.
And that's the exactly. That's the conversation we're having. Like, everyone walked in like, our number 2 guy is Jackson.
Mhm.
Clearly he's not. Austin Ekeler just said that they don't have a number 2. Like,
Right.
that is not boding confidence for you as, Justin Jackson. I like Josh Kelly's smile. Seems like a great guy.
Seems like a great guy.
Seems like a great guy. But we haven't seen much of him this year, which is unfair to him. He didn't get activated till very recently.
Right.
So hopefully one of these guys steps up and have a big game, like kind of what Justin Jackson did against the Steelers that one year and kind of stepped in and took over.
Mhm.
So hopefully that happens soon, if not this game.
Right. We can all hope, but
Man,
nice.
we still hold on to that Steelers game. That was 3 years ago.
That was a great game. I mean,
Dude,
that's his
we
claim to
came
fame.
back and beat the Steelers.
Right.
Yeah,
in
but that's
Pittsburgh.
still all I'm saying is that's still what we put like Justin Jackson's career on. Is that
'Cause
one
that's the
game
only-
he had 3
Good
years
point.
ago.
It's the
Good
only thing
point.
we can hang the hat on for him on like having a really good game.
That
was
just
that
shows
Steelers
our
game.
shameless positivity. We're
Of
gonna
course.
keep going back to
If
that
he
game
could do
3
it
years
once,
ago
he
that
could do it
shined.
again.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, folks. Well, now it's time to talk about our sponsor this episode, Symbol. Symbol is the stock market for sports that allows you to profit off your sports knowledge. On Symbol, you can trade sports teams like stocks, and every time your team wins, you earn cash. Use your sports knowledge on Symbol to buy low, sell high, and earn cash payouts when your teams win. Join the 7,000 plus early adopters who have started to invest in their favorite teams. Visit www.symbol.com. That's SIMBULL.com to create a free account. And when you deposit, make sure to use the promo code ChargerChat, all one word, for a money back guarantee. Now, just recently, Kevin sat down with Kenneth over at Symbol to learn more. So let's check it out.
All right, guys, we're lucky today. We have Kenneth from Symbol, one of our awesome sponsors. Thanks for coming on, Kenneth.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Awesome. Well, this is a great opportunity because we're talking about, using the app and, taking advantage of your awesome product. Why not better to get it from the lips of the man himself who created it? So what is Symbol and how does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, I appreciate you having me on. Super excited to be partnering with you guys. We've gotten a lot of great feedback so far from your audience that's actually in the market using it.
Awesome.
So we're super excited about this partnership moving forward. But best way to describe it, which you guys do in your ad reads, an awesome job of, it is a stock market for sports. So the goal of Symbol is to allow sports fans to invest in shares of their favorite team, just like people are investing in stocks, just like people are investing in cryptocurrencies. It's a really fun way for sports fans to be aligned with their favorite teams, to make longer term bets on their sports knowledge in a stock market that's designed for sports fans.
That's awesome. So like, what is like me, Charger fan, coming in? Like, how can my team help me do well in Symbol?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the Symbol market, there's essentially two ways to make money, right? If you're out for profit, there's two ways to make money. The first is win payouts. So every time a team you own wins, you earn 50 cents per share per win. So if the Chargers are going to win 12 games, you buy a share, that's $6 per year, indefinitely. So that's the first way to make money. The second way to make money is buy low, sell high, right? Just kind of like this typical stock market. So if, maybe this doesn't pertain to the Chargers anymore because they're already the 5th ranked team in our market. But say last year, draft Justin Herbert, you're starting Tyrod Taylor. He gets hurt. Justin Herbert comes in. The Chargers were like the 25th ranked team on our market. Justin Herbert plays well. They shoot up the board. So that's the other way to kind of make money in our market, is finding teams that are undervalued by the market. You buy them, they increase in value. You can sell for a profit. So that's the way to make money if you're in our market and that's what you're looking for. The other way is, we think it's a great way to enhance your fandom. We've got a lot of users who come in our market. They only buy their team because that's what they're interested in. So if you're just a Chargers fan, you're like, hey, I don't really follow the rest of the NFL, or I don't want to bet on the other teams, I don't know a lot about them. But you're a Chargers fan and you want to have a piece of fandom where it's like, hey, I want to share the Chargers. Every time they win, I win. We've got a lot of users that do that too, because they find it a great way just to be aligned with their teams financially, as well as with their time and their energy and their emotion.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you, brother, and thanks for supporting the podcast. And we're pumped to use your app, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys. I started watching your show because I'm a huge Packers fan. I'm trying to get more diversified because we're obviously an NFL market.
You need an AFC team, baby.
Sports.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So I've been watching, we've got a Browns podcast that's competing with you guys. So I watch your guys' show and love what you guys, love the production, love the content. Super excited to be aligned with you guys for the long term.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks, Kenneth. Appreciate you coming on and explaining Symbol a little better than I can, for sure. All right. Well, now it's time to look over at our opponent for this week. It is the New England Patriots. Oh boy.
So stupid.
Everybody's
I remember a Pop Warner game I played in one time, and all of us on defense thought it would be really funny to start we thought it would not be funny. We thought it'd be mean to start barking at the other team. So we started doing it. All 11 guys were barking. We come off to the sideline. Dad's like, hey guys, I get it. You just can't bark. You can't bark
buddy,
on the field.
I get it.
But it's like the little kid voice is like,
Yeah.
yeah, the little puppy, little dogs, little chihuahuas.
All right. So let's see. They talked to Bill Belichick this week in regards to Justin Herbert. Apparently this is from an article from bolavip.com by Martin O'Donnell, where it's written, it's quite unusual to hear Belichick heaping praise on other teams' players. In fact, he has not even shared too many compliments for Tom Brady a few weeks ago, apparently. This was what Belichick had to say in regards to Justin Herbert. He said, he's really good. I thought he was outstanding in college. He just really had everything you're looking for. He's very athletic, good arm, a lot of poise, played well in Oregon, just a number of big plays, all the passes, all the throws, but extended plays, scrambles, could run the read zone and all that. He's as good a quarterback as I've seen come out here in quite a while, especially as it fits the pro game. I don't think you're going to find too many better than him. This guy is really an impressive player. I thought he was really good when he played them last year, and luckily we had a pretty good day, but I'm not counting on that again. I have a ton of respect for him. I think he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league for a long time to come. Wow.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, thank you, Bill.
Wow.
Tell me something I don't know, Bill.
Yeah, for real.
I know, but coming from the mouth of the guy that gives one-word answers at his press conferences, I'll take that. Like, that's a long-winded formulated thought on our quarterback.
I've never heard such a long answer from him. Usually it'd be like,
No.
yeah, he's good. He can make the throw.
Yeah, he good.
On to next week. Yeah. Football, good.
Football,
Quarterback,
good. Justin.
Bill Belichick, football, coach, good.
Yeah. Justin, well, let me put my reading glasses on and I'll tell you, and let me read you a poem I wrote about Justin
Oh, you want to
Herbert.
talk about Justin Herbert? Oh, okay.
Ode to Justin.
I have a haiku for you.
All right. Well, looking at some of the other teams that the Patriots have played so far this year, let's see. There's the Miami Dolphins, which Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots. That's the Miami
Their
Dolphins.
lone win of the year.
Lone win of the year. Then the Patriots smoked the Jets in week 2, I guess. The Saints beat the Patriots 28-13. The Bucks, we all saw that game. That was a big
prime
game.
time,
Yeah, that was a primetime game beating
In
the
the
Patriots in the rain.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots
Missed field goal, I believe the Patriots had a missed field goal.
Right,
at
that
the
was
end
the
of
missed
it.
field goal, yeah.
1917, they lost.
And then Patriots just barely beat the Texans 25-22. And then the Cowboys beat the Patriots 35-29. So,
And then this
man.
last week.
oh, and then last week, right?
54-13 against the Jets. So
Right.
just look at it this way: like out of their 3 wins, 2 of those are against the Jets.
Right.
Okay, they to say they've had a softer schedule than most teams. It's fair to say. It
Mhm.
really is fair to say. And when they
Yeah.
play competition that is above Jets level,
They
you
keep
know,
it
like
close.
they keep it close, but like the Saints wasn't a close game, 28-13. You know, they're in close games. They really are, but they're just not getting over the hump on a lot of these. And
Yeah, their coaching keeps them in all of these games, but they don't have what they need to be able to be dominant like they were. You know?
Yeah.
Good coaching is going to keep you in games. You got to have that guy that's just going to turn it on and win the games for you.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying Mac Jones is not a good quarterback. He just hasn't been that guy yet. You know, he's the Jimmy Garoppolo. He's that guy that can kind of get by and not going to blow a game, but not going to win the game for you. And
Right.
so they're in the games because of their great coaching. But yeah, you beat the Jets twice. You lose to the Dolphins. Like, this isn't a proven team yet, I don't believe. And I'm not
Mhm.
I'm not gonna take them lightly by any means as a fan watching this game.
Right.
I'm not overwhelmingly confident, but I'm just saying that after having looked at the schedule, it's not like, oh man, yeah, shoot, these guys are really, really good.
Right.
I think it's going to boil down to Staley versus Belichick at the end. I think it's going to come down to coaching decisions and what we do versus what they do. And I think clearly we have the better roster. We have the better quarterback. We have a lot of betters. But like you said, Belichick is such a good coach that he's always in these games. We always lose these things in the fourth quarter. It's just a reality. We always lose to the Patriots in the fourth quarter. So we're counting on Staley. We're looking at you, bud. Take us to the promised land on this shit.
Yeah. And the one thing that you guys have mentioned previously is that Bill Belichick has been great on special teams. And who are the 2 guys that we just picked up in this bye week? 2 special teams guys.
teamers.
So
Yeah, buddy.
you'd like to think that, you know, we pick these guys up, they're going to make an instant impact. Dustin Hopkins, I immediately see making an instant impact. And Andre Roberts, hopefully he's been working out and he's been sitting around, not just sitting on the couch, hopefully sitting on the treadmill or something. Keeping them legs going. So it's going to be exciting to see what ends up happening this game, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be there.
I'm proud. Is that for you, Bulldog?
Oh my God, I forgot you were going.
Yeah,
So
dude.
exciting.
Well, also, folks, don't forget to go on over to chargerchat.com. Check out some of the sweet merch that we have over there. And we've got a member section on our page. So a lot of you guys have been checking it out, coming in, chit-chatting it up. You can get a shirt with our face on it. If you don't like the way it looks, you could, move it like that. You move it like that. Whatever. If you want fat wool dog, you can go like that. If you want skinny wool dog, you can go like that. So, so go check it out. We've got goodies over there to check out in the shop. And when you pick something up, it really helps us out. Helps us. We really don't make a lot of money doing this podcast. So
a lot, huh?
Yeah. So
I haven't seen any money yet.
For the love of the game.
Every shirt, every
game.
sticker helps us out a lot to keep this going. So we really do appreciate it. So go check out chargerchat.com. All right. Well, now it's time to go to our Bolt Insight. I think we've got a real special guest lined up for this Bolt Insight. Oh, yeah. Kevin's really excited. Let's see who we've got today.
As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell.
The goal is to just keep it rolling.
Come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we are here with another Bolt Insight, and we are super excited to have Kristin from YetiorKnot. What is going on, Kristin?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm thrilled. And for those of you on Twitter that know anything about the awesomeness that's going on with this lady right now, it has everything to do with, if you're on YouTube, you'll see this, Lil Herbie. Lil Herbie. Lil Herbie. So Kristin is the reason for the season on the Lil Herbie. So we'll get into that. I'm really excited to hear more about it. But let's start off how we start off all of our interviews. How did you become a Charger fan?
I became a Charger fan in 2001. That's when I met my husband. And so my husband, Jeff, was born in San Diego. So he is a lifelong Charger fan. The story goes that he was actually born on Chargers opening day. And he was born early enough that his dad still made the game. So.
That was very nice of him to do that, to help his dad out.
Exactly. So I just inherited the Chargers as my team when I met my husband in 2001.
That's
so
awesome.
We've been Charger fans for a long time.
I love it. That's awesome. Unfortunately, with my wife and I, she is a diehard Packer fan. She likes the Chargers. They're her second team, but
okay, right.
We'll run into each other occasionally, so I'm a little envious of your setup, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't grow up really watching football, so I didn't have a team I was connected with, so it was easy for me to just become a Charger fan.
Well, let's just jump off on that. Like, you're a Charger fan, and you also have created these amazing little dolls that it's kind of it's blowing up everywhere. Everyone wants one.
It is. It's been unexpected. I mean, it's been crazy, but all in a good way, though.
So how did that all get started? Like, clearly you're very good at knitting and all that. So what how did that all get started?
So, I mean, I've been crocheting forever. It's just been my hobby that I've done. And I wanted to make something for my husband for his birthday this year. And I got the idea for it on opening day this year. So it was just, 7 weeks ago that this kind of came up. Years ago, I had made a Philip Rivers doll for him.
Snap.
And I mean, we're talking, this was like 18 years ago. And sadly, we don't have the Rivers doll anymore. It didn't somehow survive the move that we made. But we loved the Rivers doll. My skills were not up to par back then. So it wasn't quite what Lil Herbie is. But and I mean, I think at one point, like, its arm fell off, and then that like coincided with like a shoulder injury. I'm like, oh my God, I made a voodoo doll. It's great.
Oh no.
So we had this history with the Rivers doll. And so this year for his birthday is a little later in September. And I thought, I always want to make him or get him something Charger related. And I was like, I'm going to make him a Justin Herbert doll this year. So that's just how it came about. And I was going to surprise him with it, but I decided not to because I knew he would want to pick the uniform. Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, look, I have this idea. I want to make this Justin Herbert doll for you. And I need to know what combination you want for the uniform. And he's like, powder blue top and yellow pants. Like,
and I cannot agree with that decision more. What him and I are on the same page. This is perfect color combo.
So he's responsible for the great combination. And I mean, it's fantastic. And they took their team pictures in that uniform. So it's awesome. And so that's really how it came about. I mean,
so how did it like go from a present for your husband to now like you let everyone know it's going on sale and like in 2 minutes they're all sold out? Like, how is that happening?
Oh my gosh. So the day that I finished it, I put it on my personal Facebook page. And I mean, this isn't anything new. We're big Charger fans. All our friends know that, this is something that I would make for him. And, people loved it. A bunch of people responded and they loved it. So a friend of ours shared it on Twitter. And so I think it was just that night, he texted me and was like, by the way, I shared this on Twitter. I hope you don't mind, first of all. I'm like, oh no, I don't mind at all. And he shared it with hopefully just for Justin Herbert to see it. That was his intention. And he's like, all these people are asking me if it's for sale. I'm like, well, I guess I could make a few of them. I'm like, I already had my Etsy shop and it fit in with the stuff that I make. And I'm like, okay, I can put a few out there. And so the next morning, our friend texted me again and he's like, so Matt Money Smith retweeted my tweet and now it's blowing up.
Yeah, got real.
I was like, no way. So the first round I put like about $5 in, and I by that time we had like let people know they could contact me on Instagram. I didn't even have a Twitter yet. So
Gotcha.
I was getting all kinds of messages and followers and people wanting the doll. So I put it in my Etsy store and it sold within, I think, like a half an hour, like all 5 of them were gone. And then I created the Twitter account, and it's really, I mean, it's YetiorKnot, but it's dedicated to Lil Herbie. And then it just kind of snowballed from there.
That's crazy. So you put up a couple different ones, because I know, like, I by the grace of God, I got on at the right time and I ordered it. It worked out. But like, how many times have you put it up, and how fast are they selling? Because it seems like crazy.
I know it's the second and the third round. So I've only done 3 rounds so far, and the second and third went, I mean, literally in a minute. I mean, probably seconds, really. But by the time I got all the orders, they came in within about 2 minutes. But I don't put like hundreds of dolls in stock. I mean, I only put 12 at a time. I think the one round was 10 and one was 12, because otherwise I get too overwhelmed with it. And then people have to wait a long time to get their dolls. So
Sure.
I try to keep it, reasonable. So it's a small amount. But I guess for some people, it wasn't even showing up as available. I guess so many people had added it to their cart so quickly. I've never experienced anything like this at all. And this is so unexpected.
We've got some crazy fans, and it's such a unique thing. Like, everyone's trying to find that thing where it's like the one of 10 cards, like the fact that you have such a limited number and you might get one, you might not. It's kind of exciting.
Right.
So keep it up. It's amazing. And then I also saw something recently. You're jumping into some new players.
I am. Yes, I have Lil Derwin here.
Yes. That is so awesome.
His hair is the best part. I love the hair.
Oh, so good. I'm sure. And Derwin's very active on Twitter, so hopefully we can get that to him lickety split.
I will be sending him one as well, probably in the next week or so. I'll be sending one to where I sent one to Justin.
You're gonna make all the other players jealous. It's gonna be need the Bosa one, and you're gonna have to keep going.
I've gotten a lot of requests. Bosa, Keenan Allen, a lot of old Chargers too, LT and Rivers. I've gotten a lot of requests for those.
That's so crazy. So is this gonna turn into like a full-time thing? Like, what's going on?
Maybe, I don't know. I guess we'll just see where it goes. I mean, it's been so fun and so positive, and I've met a lot of great people just from social media, and people contacting me and telling me stories about their Charger fandom, and it's been really awesome.
That's so great. Yeah, and it's such a cool community. I don't think people quite understand until they hop on, start interacting, but there's just so many kind Charger fans. It's just fun to interact with them.
You're exactly right. I mean, I didn't even know the community was out there until this, and I've really been welcomed, and it's really been a really nice journey so far.
Well, we love it. We're super excited for all the other dolls, and hopefully everyone can get their hands on one at some point, because they're
right.
I literally my 2-year-old came up to me and was like, "Dada," and I'm like, "No, that's Dad's. That is Dada's. This is Dada's. You don't get Dada's doll. This is mine." So thank you. I am now at odds with my 2-year-old, but funny. Well worth it.
That's great.
So let's get out of here on this. We always like to ask, like, this is coming out on Friday and we have a game on Sunday. Like, what are you and your husband most looking forward to for this game against the Patriots?
I mean, I don't know. We're hoping for a win. We're hoping for certainly a better game than last time.
Yeah.
And
shouldn't be too hard.
I know. Yeah. I mean, luckily we're going into an easier section of the schedule, so hopefully that will play in the Chargers' favor. But the Patriots are the Patriots, even without Tom Brady. I mean, so yeah, exactly. So we're certainly hoping for a victory, and it'll be fun because it's Halloween, and I'll be posting some pictures. I'll have Lil Herbie and Lil Derwin will have their Halloween costumes on, so
awesome.
We'll watch for some pictures there.
Done deal. And next year I'm traveling for work, so this guy will be next to the Eiffel Tower. He'll be next to a whole bunch of he's going to be traveling. I love it. International man of mystery, Justin Herbert. So,
I love it.
So, all right, Kristin. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and keep up the awesome work. Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine. So, thank you again.
It's not a doll. It's an action figure.
It's Dada's.
It's Dada's doll.
Don't touch Dada's doll. You
He's just screaming, crying. You're like, no, it doesn't matter how much you cry. You're not going to get it.
I'm taking a hard stance on this. Don't touch my shit.
There's usually a certain amount of crying that they'll get their way. I don't think that's going to happen with the doll.
No, no. Like, I'm not even kidding. He's not fucking touching this.
Just redirect it. You got to redirect that energy. Get him something to chew on or something.
Ball, throw it.
Go.
Run. You're not a dog,
keys.
but
Go
this
get the
works for
keys.
dogs.
But it works, yeah.
The keys, toss the keys down the hallway. Run.
Lock the door.
You shut the door, lock and hide it in your office. That's what I'm going to do.
Throw it in the safe. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Kristin, you are just precious.
So awesome.
You are
She's
amazing.
so cool.
So happy to have you on the podcast and yeah.
And love hearing the stories of the community and people not knowing it's there, because you don't know it's there until you get on it and see it.
No, it's
you don't know until you know. Now you know.
And now you know. Just a great story.
I want to get a dirt one, dude. I'm like, it's so
Kevin,
hard.
You have one of like 30 of those Justin Herbert ones. You're
so
getting
Adam
now.
is a collector of cards.
That's
I'm
right,
a collector of these cute little
crochet dolls.
So I'm trying to get one every time she releases it, but I don't know if I can collect them all. I don't know. We'll see.
I think you
got to
can.
catch them all.
You got to catch them all.
Just like those stinky old Pokemon.
I love that she's picking characters or players with the greatest hair. Like obviously the Herbert hair with the headband. Like that's perfect.
And
that
LT
is so good.
would be the like most logical next one, because he's got that hair too.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they both have that kind of flow with the headband now.
Bald Keenan would be an interesting one.
Bald Keenan
with
would
the
be
beard
awesome.
though,
just with
a
a weird beard.
Cool.
Yeah,
would be
just
really
like
funny.
the underneath beard. Like
yeah.
Love it. Well, Kristin, keep it up. We'll definitely be keeping an eye, and anybody else that wants to keep an eye on her, YetiorKnot, KNOT for not, YetiorKnot on Twitter. Go check her out.
I will tweet it every time that she's about to sell something. Trust me, I will retweet it. So if you want to follow us,
there you go.
Follow her. Make sure you turn on those notifications
follow
on Twitter,
everybody.
because
everybody.
If you
want
to get one, you better be quick, lightning fast.
Lightning fast. No pun intended. All right, folks. Well, now
pun intended.
Always intended.
It's time for our next segment. It is Coach's Classroom. Let's see what's on the roster for today. All right, folks. Well, now it is time to go on over to Coach's Classroom, and it's time for us to see what Coach has on the syllabus for today. Coach, what do we got?
Yeah, so I think the biggest difference between last year's Patriots and this year's Patriots is the quarterback, right? There's been a lot of talk about Mac Jones. I even heard some people saying that Belichick had talked to him and had him throw his pro day at Alabama so that they could get him later in the draft.
No.
Wow.
There is thought out there that happened. I've heard the rumors.
Conspiracy theories. I like it.
Because he definitely fell. He was the Alabama quarterbacks, as we know, usually get drafted way too high, and he definitely fell to the Patriots pretty low in the draft. So there's thoughts that he tanked his pro day. It was not even like he had a terrible pro day, and then he ends up on the Patriots with Bill Belichick. So put two and two together. But wanted to look at just a couple of plays from this last game against the Jets. Now, if you go back and watch some of it, they took momentum right away. They went down and scored twice right off the bat. They scored on a double pass, so they got tricky. And they had a great return game, like we talked about with special teams. They brought it out to the 35 on the first possession, and then went down on a double pass and scored a touchdown. So they know Coach Belichick knows the importance of momentum, and they took it right away in this game. And just obviously, when you're playing the Jets, as soon as you get momentum, you just got to hold it and not make any bonehead mistakes, and you win the game. But I wanted to look at a couple of plays where the Jets were successful in getting Mac Jones off. Now, when you look at the idea of playing a rookie quarterback, you want to get him off his spot, meaning when he drops back, whether that's a 3-step drop, a 5-step drop, you don't want him to be able to get to that 3 steps and just sit there and survey the field. You want to make him move side to side, step up in the pocket, especially a Mac Jones type. Not the most mobile quarterback in the world, which is different from what we've played so far this season. Make him get off of that spot, try to roll out of the pocket, make him step up and throw while he's moving. It gets him off timing. So I'm going to show you on this very first play. One of the ways to get into his head, obviously, is to show pressure. Now, sometimes when you're bringing blitzes and stuff, you can either walk up and just say, hey, we're bringing 6, get ready. Or you can leave your 3 or 4 up, the defensive lineman, and then blitz late so that they don't see it coming. With Mac Jones, you want to come show it. Make sure he knows that he's going to get pressure in his face. And I think that we can be successful in doing that. So in this play right here, he's going to look there. The Jets, they show pressure, right? They have 6 guys up on the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, they have 5 guys. So they're bringing a 5-man pressure. Everything else is manned up. You can see very clearly they're all manned up. He is spying the running back. This is your safety over the top floating. So they're showing pressure. So Mac Jones knows I got to get the ball out quick. The other thing about NFL versus college, especially with Alabama, is you normally throw to wide open receivers. They have 2 or 3 steps. You just got to get it close. In the NFL, that's not going to happen. You need to. You're not looking in college. You're looking for separation, while in the NFL, you're just looking for leverage. You just want to have a guy with the right leverage and get the ball to him, and you got to put it. You got to put a better ball on him, but you're just looking for leverage as opposed to actual separation. So in this play, you'll watch. He knows the pressure's coming. They're in man. He tries to look to find the open man, but no one's open. There's just a little bit of leverage. He forces, got to get the ball out and overthrows. Like, that's a bad ball. He missed that by 2 or 3 yards, right? So if we can just get up, get in his face, make him throw a quick ball. Oh, hesitation, scared. Now I'm off my rhythm, off my spot. Try to force him into these throws where he knows pressure's coming. Because when he knows pressure's coming, good things will happen for us. Kind of like earlier in this season, there was kind of an iconic picture found of Mac Jones. And it kind of goes to show exactly what will happen if you can find a way to get pressure on Mac. That's the reality.
If you're not on YouTube, you should just hop on here and check this out real quick. It's really funny.
That's the reality of getting pressure on Mac Jones. That happens, and a throw that looks what you could imagine happens when
what that throw looks like with that face. Not good.
Quack, quack. That's a duck going up into the air. All right. And this next play here, this is a good example of getting him off his spot. So they're going to run play action, meaning they're going to fake the run. Play action is just, you're going to fake run. That'll bring these linebackers up, and it's going to open up this crossing route that is wide open. And it's open for a couple of seconds. It's like plenty of time to get the ball out, but there's pressure. They're going to blitz off the edge right here, and it's going to force him to get off of his spot and step up. So in the time that he has to step up and then throw, the safety is going to be able to get over the top and make the play. If the pressure wasn't there, he doesn't have to step up and he can make the play. It's an easy completion. But watch as I roll the clip, you'll see that if this forcing him to step up just a little bit in the pocket because of this blitz, right here, now he has to step up, now he has to throw, and now it's late. So just forcing him to have to be really athletic, which Mac Jones is forcing him to have to make those plays where he has to step up and get the ball out really quick and on point, is going to lead to success, I think, for the Chargers. So, man, we always know that pressure on a quarterback does a lot of good things. We have to try to do that. They're gonna try to run the ball right off the bat to establish so that they can do these play actions. And I will say, after having watched just a little bit of this Patriots film, just like they did with Tom Brady, they're gonna dink you all the way down the field on these short little passes, try to frustrate you and try to get you to come up so they can take a shot with a play action deep. So we have to be better against the run game this week, as is kind of what we know needs to change here. But I think getting him off a spot like this will help us be really successful. All right, and this last one, this is an example of the Jets getting a 4-man pressure. Mac stares down his receiver, which we all know, you've probably heard it a million times in a broadcast. You can't stare down where you're going because it allows everyone to flow to the ball. So what you'll see is they're going to try to get the ball out here to this tight end. This linebacker, because Mac is staring it down and there's pressure, he knows the ball is getting out quick. He gets out, undercuts it, and almost is able to pick it off. So this is just showing you get pressure. If he stares down a receiver, it can easily turn into some interceptions and takeaways for us going the other way. So he's going to stare down, and then throw that linebacker, because he's looking where he's going. He's able to move with his eyes and get underneath the ball. Because there's pressure, he just has to get it out quick. I know we can force Mac Jones into some bad mistakes if Joey Bosa is able to get his hands on Mac Jones a couple of times early in this game.
And we were able to, Lamar Jackson threw picks. We were able to get some of these good quarterbacks to throw interceptions against us. And these guys are veterans, and a rookie who looks down his receiver and does all the stuff. Hopefully this is a big turnover game for us.
Most games have been so far. I mean, we've not turned the ball over. Like we've done a great job of turning the ball over. It's just stopping that running game. And I think we're going to have to do it real quick here to start the Patriot game.
Right. And capitalizing on those turnovers.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, Coach, hey, thanks for taking a look at our upcoming opponent. And can't wait to see what happens this next upcoming game. All right, folks. Well, that's pretty much it here for this episode of the Charger Chat. Next on the agenda is going to be me waking up at the crack of Gee Whiz on Sunday morning and getting my fat butt on a plane and going to hang out with Josh and Landon over at the stadium. I should be getting into the stadium about 10:30, maybe a little after that. And I'm going to be ready for game day, folks. I'm going to be be in my full getup for that too. I'm going to be in my Halloween costume. I don't want to give it away. I want you guys to see it and experience it as it is.
Are you wearing it on the plane?
Most of it, yeah.
Yes. Oh my
I don't see any reason why not to. I mean, it's all comfortable clothes for the most part, and a couple of other accoutrements. So I think, I think for the most part that'll be my airplane attire. But
that's awesome.
Now,
and also, in case you didn't hear, Thunder Alley's doing trick or treating.
Oh, right,
they have the Bolt Thor Bolt,
yes.
Bolt, I believe. He's giving away like trading cards, and like people are gonna have candy. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time that there's been a football game on Sunday or Halloween. Yeah. So it's a football game on Sunday. When was the last time there was a football game on Sunday, guys? I don't remember. Spooky game, folks. Again, I can't believe I'm going to this, but Landon, Josh, hold on to your butts, guys. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. All right. Well, again, that's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Ba-da-da-dun. 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 Charger Chat. Kill everybody.
I feel very left out when you guys do that. Kill everybody.
We sing. Why don't you go get some lessons, dude? Come sing with us. I'm not a singer. I suck. Just come along for the ride.
Kill everybody.
Love you. Bye.
Kill everybody again.
Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This Halloween, at SoFi Stadium, a new haunted house comes to town. Bosa hungry! Prepare yourself, Mac Jones, for the haunted house made just for you. Blitz Brutality, where the pressure's coming fast, and there's no one to protect your blind side. One night only, this Halloween at SoFi Stadium. Blitz Brutality. Be there or be scared.